There's been a lot going on yesterday and today. We've been moving tons of stuff around, rearranging the entire studio. We moved the Point North flag to be like our substitute blackout curtain for the meantime, even though you can still see right through it. Got the K-Bear banner behind me that I used to stare at every single day. I'm now looking at a blank wall with a Deftones poster on the right-hand side. It's weird staring at this wall now that there's change. You know, I had to haul tons of Cannonball shirts, hats, and beanies from the former 105 The Hawk studio to this studio. I did that this morning while Viktor was doing traffic school powered by the Advocates. Once the studio is all finished up, we'll upload a video of the new and improved setup here. I'm assuming we'll do that. I'm going to be that DJ that hangs up pictures of me with rock stars on the wall just because, well, I can. Just like how we're playing the brand new Electric Callboy every hour. Elevator Operator. I haven't seen the music video as of yet. I might watch it here while, music's playing and all that. It's a great song. That part that has been stuck in my head all day today is the whole up, up, down, down. If you want to get a hold of me, you know the number, 208-535-1015. Now, I saw this article posted from EastIdahoNews.com talking about the annual, now, is it lava or lava? I feel like the proper way to say it if you're from around here is Lava Hot Springs, the Fire and Ice Winterfest. Back with activities for the whole entire family. East Idaho News has a whole story about it. It's held each year on the first full weekend of February. It celebrates, the celebration will be February 7th and 8th. Both days will have a market fair, variety of food trucks. Patrons can enjoy a beer tasting at Eruption Brewery and Bistro, wine tasting at the Lava Hot Springs Riverside Inn. So what exactly goes on at this? Well, that morning, February 7th, running enthusiasts can race in the Running of the Bulls, where runners will race in their swimsuits and finish the race by jumping in the state foundation pools. That's pretty cool. The Polar Bear Beer Garden will be available all afternoon. Visitors can line up for the Polar Bear costume judging party as well. A whole lot of stuff going on with this Fire and Ice Festival. You can find the full article with all the details from EastIdahoNews.com. I think this should have been talked about during traffic school powered by the Advocates if I knew about the story before traffic school was happening. This Jacksonville, Florida police officer, Mindy Cardwell, she was fired because, well, she accidentally shot a cooperative driver. That's right. With his own legally carried firearm during a traffic stop for running a red light. She went to go remove the gun from his waistband holster using her non-dominant hand. She applied pressure to the trigger, which caused the Glock 45 to discharge. I'm sure every police officer has to go through probably a lot of gun safety courses. But this officer just one wrong move, and sure enough, it cost her career. I wonder if she'll ever be a cop again, if she'll have to do something else. I mean, how would you explain that to another police department? Hey, I got let go from my previous position because I shot somebody in the leg with their own gun. Well, why'd you do that? It was an accident. All right. Good luck somewhere else. If you haven't checked out Alt 101, Idaho's alternative, you definitely should go check it out. Download the free app for it, just like the K-Bear app that you should have on your phone. Have the Alt app as well. And if you want to be an overachiever, get the Cannonball app. Some of the people that won the Disturbed tickets had 3 entries in the drawing, which means they did sign up one time on the K-Bear app, one on the Alt, and one on the Cannonball app. You should always have those 3 apps on your phone. Don't be that person that downloads them and then signs up for a giveaway and then deletes them shortly after and then just re-downloads. Just keep them on your phone. It's great to have just in case, the K-Bear signal goes out or you want to listen to us out of state. As long as you have a phone, you can listen to us anywhere worldwide. The K-Bear app, the Alt app, and the Cannonball 101 app. The Alt channel right now that I'm currently working on is about to get a cool new feature. And I don't want to say the name of it or anything, but I'm hoping we can launch this here soon. I've been trying to accumulate tracks on a giant list for this project here. I'm hoping it sounds good. I'm hoping people that enjoy that type of music enjoy it as well. So, yeah, if you want to check out what I'm talking about, Alt 101, Idaho's alternative, late 90s, early 2000s, alternative, indie, emo, punk, all in one playlist. Overall nostalgia there. And this right here is your Shot Clock Sports Update. Earlier this week, Ichiro Suzuki was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. If you remember, he received 393 out of 394 votes from members of the Baseball Writers Association of America. As of Thursday, We don't know which rider left Ichiro off the ballot. We will probably know. We will probably never know because the voters are anonymous. But Ichiro sure would like to know which rider snubbed him and made a generous offer. After thanking the 393 voters on his side, Ichiro reached out to the dissenting voter by saying, "There's one rider that I wasn't able to get a vote from. I would like to invite him over to my house, and we'll have a drink together, and we'll have a good chat." I don't think Ichiro is all that threatening. I'm sure he actually means he will have a drink with that person. He seems like a super, super nice dude. As we get closer to the Super Bowl, the city of New Orleans is getting ready for the big event and is paying close attention to security. It was mere weeks ago that the city had to deal with a New Year's terror attack. I almost said New York there. That tragedy has caused organizers to ramp up with even more security, including SWAT team members, armored vehicles, agents on rooftops, surveillance drones, and more security cameras for the big event. I'm sure it'll go just fine here. And more pro football news, whether you love them or hate them, you have to admit the fans of the Buffalo Bills, they're unique and raise money for charity at a decent clip. Most recently, they raised over $80,000 for diabetes research to support Ravens tight end Mark Andrews, who dropped a big pass during last Sunday's playoff game. Andrews was criticized and supposedly getting death threats. So the Bills fans stepped up with a charity campaign, and most people know that tailgating Bills fans often break tables in the parking lot. Also, a little known fact, there seems to be Bills fans who catch fish and then show highlights of Josh Allen to the fish before releasing the fish back into the water. That does it for your Shot Clock Sports Update right here on K-Bear 101. Could this qualify as a genius of the day? I think it should. I think this was a very dumb decision. If you're on a high-speed train that's going 175 miles per hour, you don't go outside for a smoke break, right? This passenger had to cling to the cables of a high-speed German train after a lengthy cigarette break. He saw the carriage doors close on his luggage. Unwilling to be left behind without his bags, the man jumped outside of the train. So he didn't just go outside for a smoke break as the train was going 175 miles per hour. He saw his bags out there and went, "Oh, I need to get those." And I mean, I wouldn't know what I would do in that situation because, I feel like I would have to pull on some emergency latch, pull on some emergency lever. They have to have those around the car, right? To then stop the train from going forward. Have somebody who works on the train grab my bags for me. But the man jumped on the outside of the train when it punctually pulled away while he was still smoking at this station. So he held onto a bracket between carriages as the train continued to Nuremberg at 175 miles per hour. How long did he have to hold on? Because I think they said the man held on for almost 20 miles as the train sped. I just imagine some cartoony looking dude, feet in the air, sideways. The air is pushing his eyes back. I'm glad he's safe. Glad he's okay. Yeah, I think he qualifies for the genius of the day, which, by the way, you can hear weekday mornings, 6:45 a.m. on the Viktor Will Show. Peach's Pit Party on K-Bear 101. Wasn't it Viktor that was telling me the story about this officer in Blackfoot that freaked out about Ding Dong Ditchers or something like that? This 12-year-old over in Connecticut, he was just throwing snowballs at cars, which is something I would encourage you not to do, just because you might end up like this 12-year-old. He was shot Wednesday night after throwing a snowball at a car in Hartford, Connecticut. Yeah. It was him and an 11-year-old. They were throwing snowballs when a snowball hit a car, police said. The car looped the block to chase the kids and then fired rounds at the children. Horrible, right? The 12-year-old's injuries are not believed to be life-threatening, he said. The officer talking about the story. The 11-year-old was not struck by gunfire. This kid will never want to participate in a snowball fight ever again. Ever. I wish Viktor was here to talk about this. I know he loves natural disasters. He loves weird things like this. This wall of ice the size of Rhode Island is heading towards this penguin-packed island off Antarctica. I'm sure he'd be cheering it on. Has his little Go Iceberg hat on. This trillion-ton slab of ice called a megaberg, which that'd be a great band name, could slam into South Georgia Island and get stuck or be guided around it by currents. If it gets stuck, it could make it hard for penguin parents to feed their babies, and some young could even starve. Overall, however, researchers aren't too worried about major harm from the iceberg, which has a weird name, A23A. What's happening is more spectacular than dangerous, is what scientists said, which is always great to hear, right? You always hear these stories about asteroids narrowly coming close to hitting Earth, but it never happens. Luckily, right? They always want to scare you with stuff like this. I mean, I was thinking if this iceberg were to go into the island, wouldn't it be like sweet for the penguins? They'd be cheering it on, saying, okay, cool, we got a bigger home now. Let's make this other part. Let's move to the other side of the island that's never been here before. I will definitely have to save this article for Viktor. He would find this hilarious. You know, he yells at me for quote unquote barreling over the top of him, and he'll scream, "Don't barrel over the top of me." Google's Notebook LM. I've never heard about this Notebook LM before. Had to teach its AI podcast hosts not to act annoyed at humans. Yeah, for some reason, there's this feature that went viral, creates entirely AI-generated podcast-like discussions from content users. They upload and different things that the AI podcast hosts can talk about. But Notebook LM launched a new feature back in December of last year called Interactive Mode, which allows the user to call in to the podcast and ask questions, essentially interrupting the AI hosts as they talk. The AI host goes, "Please stop. I was getting to that." As I was about to say, like, it would get actually, it says it feels oddly adversarial, is what one of the guys from Google Labs says. Like, one of the AI hosts will actually get annoyed by humans. Very interesting. The future seems like it's going to be very scary. You know, we like weird foods around here, for sure. We've tried the Dr. Pepper meat sticks. Years past, we've tried surströmming, crickets, the Death Nut Challenge, all weird stuff. And now I feel like I need to get myself a nice little pint of this. My friends over in Ohio, they always talk about how great Skyline Chili is. And I've seen pictures of it. It looks horrible. There's too much cheese on top of the chili. It looks like something that I would avoid more than want to dive into. But the world finally has Skyline Chili flavored ice cream, a true defining moment in food history. Grater's Ice Cream and Skyline Chili, two Cincinnati icons, have teamed up for this. So on January 27th, Skyline Spice, oh wait, the rest of the tweet needs to be read. Hold on. Skyline Spice with oyster crackers will be available in all of their scoop shops and in participating Skyline Chili restaurants, select Midwest Kroger locations, and online at graters.com/Skyline Ice Cream. Am I going to be able to get a pint of this? Probably not. You want to know why? It's going to sell out. Any weird food like this is going to sell out. If we sold one of the weirdest things possible, if we sold foot-flavored Jell-O as something for us to sell on the website, that would sell out within 5 minutes. 100%. Any weird food that's limited, people are going to flock to. I should send Viktor this and be like, hey, man, if you want to move all the way across the world, because I know how he feels about the state of the country right now, and how I think he recently said he's had cabin fever. He wants to go out and do something. Well, Burger King over in Auckland City, New Zealand, is looking for a Whopperologist. A Whopperologist. Yeah, that's how you say it. The role consists of traveling to various Burger King locations to ensure the Whopper is up to the highest Burger King standards, which, I mean, Viktor likes a good cheeseburger. I have not heard him mention anything about Burger King. I think Burger King was like a thing of the past for the most part. I used to eat there sometimes, but not at all anymore. It's one of those fast food places I just never see as an option. But I mean, if he's inspecting the Whopper and saying that it's the highest quality possible, shoot, I might need to go over there myself and go check it out. I've always wanted to go visit New Zealand. The flight's the part that scares me, just because it's like a 16-hour flight from, sure, we'll have to do a layover to Salt Lake City, then Salt Lake City to New Zealand. Let's see here. Salt Lake City to New Zealand flights. I bet they're expensive too. Starting at $1,200, one stop, 17 hours, 55 minutes. What? 17 hours in one of those tiny airplane seats? I would go ballistic. I would lose my mind. No one better get in the way of this Florida man at the buffet line. An attorney in Boca Raton, Mark Roher, he was attending a wedding at the Boca Lago Country Club. When he got into the buffet line, as he waited in line at the carving station, another guest allowed his young daughter and another girl to cut in front of him, angering him who was craving some prime rib, so he began yelling at the other man who ignored him, so O'Hare got his attention by smashing a dinner plate over his head. Chaos ensued. Multiple guests jumped into the fray. Police were called to the scene and arrested him for aggravated battery with a deadly weapon. He's also been banned from the Boca Lago Country Club for 1 year. Not just lifetime, 1 year. What would make you get banned from that place forever? I really want to know. So I was scrolling Facebook, saw East Idaho News posted that Walmart will pay more than $600,000 a year to some top managers. And I was thinking about it. How much do those DJs get who work for Walmart radio? Every time I walk into Walmart, I hear some sort of advertisement for like this thing called the Chris Show. I wonder what it's like to be a DJ for the Walmart radio. I think you have to move somewhere in Alabama, Arkansas, one of the two. I forgot which one it is, but you have to move out there. They probably have some sort of like Walmart radio studio. Do you go into Walmart and brag that you're the guy that gets played throughout the store that most people ignore? I should try to book one of the hosts of Walmart radio on this podcast that I'm starting. That it'll be up soon before we know it. Hopefully. Trying to get the finishing touches done on it before I put it out there to the public, but I'm starting a podcast interviewing radio people. I already have 2 episodes, but I think I might need to interview some host at Walmart Radio, see what their process is like in coming up with the show or something, because I know it's not live. If they were to do live morning radio inside Walmart and they just went off the rails, I feel like that would be beneficial because that would make people want to go inside Walmart and shop there, because you would never know what to expect as you're buying produce. You could be hearing some crazy bits throughout the entire store. So I'm confused by this whole article. Can you not re-download TikTok from any one of the app stores? I thought you could, considering now it's back. Is it still like off the app store completely? And phones who have had TikTok on it are worth some money? I'm going to my Apple App Store right now, TikTok. And it's not there. Yeah, it's not popping up. So, oh wait, no, it's TikTok Saver, video downloader talk. So it's still not on the App Store. My phone still has the TikTok app on it. Might be worth something. I see people are trying to sell their used iPhones with the TikTok app on it for like thousands of dollars on eBay, and a few of them are already sold. It's kind of like the whole repeat of the Flappy Bird incident. Remember that? When I think it was like a kid at the time, over somewhere in Asia, he decided to create Flappy Bird, became a viral sensation, one of the biggest games. Everybody was talking about how difficult that game was. They were showing off their high scores online. I remember being in high school when that happened. Me and my teammates were like, oh, I got 14. No, I got 30 and stuff like that. And then that creator was like, okay, I don't like how this turned out. I'm deleting the game off the App Store. So people kept it on their phones, and then they tried selling their phones online for thousands of dollars. Some of them did. Just crazy. I couldn't imagine selling my phone for a few grand, then having to go to AT&T and let them know, hey, I sold my phone with TikTok on it. Could I get a new iPhone 16, please? Okay, so I thought this would be fun. Just make it a fun Friday to peach their own question. If you became a wrestler, just the way that you are, what would your wrestling name be? Now, if I go to ChatGPT and say, hey, give me a wrestler name for a 6'9" dude named Peaches. How about the Towering Peaches or Big Bad Peaches if you want something more intimidating but still playful? Peaches the Punisher. Stone Cold Peaches also. Want something even wilder? Peaches of Destruction, King Kong Peaches. No, I don't want to deal with King Kong Peaches. I don't want to resemble King Kong Bundy in any way. Thank you. But if you were a wrestler, what would your name be? 208-535-1015. You can even ask ChatGPT and repeat those answers on the air to me. Alrighty, if you were a wrestler, what would your wrestling name be?
James the Giant Peaches.
Yeah? Is that a tag team, or is that just you by yourself?
No, just myself.
Just yourself. James the Giant Peaches.
Yep.
All right. Would your theme song be Peaches by Presidents of the USA or the Jack Black version?
Although, let's do Peaches by Presidents of the United States.
You wouldn't do the, what's that song they do in the movie when all the bugs are singing together? Oh, there's so many. Let's see, James.
Oh, like Bug's Life or Ants?
No, James and the Giant Peach. Have you seen the movie?
Oh, geez, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen the movie. It's just been a long time.
Yeah, no, that they have. Let me look at this. There's My Name is James song. Is that? No, that's not from the movie.
I can't remember.
I know. I'm looking at the. I'm looking at the YouTube videos. James and the Giant Peach eating the peach song. There's also That's the Life for Me. There you go. You can do something like that. It's one of the least intimidating songs for your theme song, but then you just pack a punch in the ring.
Absolutely.
Thanks for listening to Peach's Pit Party, the podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please share, subscribe, and rate the podcast. Peach's Pit Party is hosted by me, Peaches, a.k.a. Brendan Peach, and is a production of Riverbend Media Group. For more information or to contact the show, visit riverbendmediagroup.com. Until next time, Peach out.